guess I don't have to worry about moving the camera around too much at this point. Geo, we are charcoaling. Charcoal is fast. It allows me to go very quickly. A drawing this size in a more precise medium like pencil or ballpoint pen would take a long time. And lately, I have too many things that take a long time. So if I can speed things up, and that's a good enough reason for me to do it. Number one, and number two, currently this is what I'm teaching my students. We're using vine charcoal. Like we're using this used to be just a stick. Where is it? Right? And then it's been cooked in a fire, now it's charcoal. So this is what my students are doing. So I'm literally spending my days doing this. It means I'm wearing a lot of monochromatic grays and earth tones. So if you get it on you, like no one even knows. I'm gonna have to figure something different out for this easel. It's just not stable enough. This is a slightly larger canvas. Last time we did a 16 by 20. This is basically, it's almost like two of those. This is 15 by 30 inches. So it's just bigger overall. Charcoal and left-handed. Well, I mean, the left-handed thing only comes into play if you're writing. Then it's a liability, right? For art, I'm pretty much accustomed to working from, left to right. So I'm not dragging my elbow over something I already did. When I work in other mediums, like I'll do something in ballpoint pen, and I'm like, oh, I can do whatever I want. I could start over here, and it just feels wrong at this point. So I've sort of accepted the fact that I'm going to be working from left to right because that's just my lot in life. It's the path of the lefty. So we'll do it. Hey JD, good afternoon and welcome. Hope you're doing well. How come I didn't cover the canvas first, Jessa? So this time, what we're doing, the finished product is going to be pretty much a white background. So instead of an animal kind of coming out of like, coming towards you out of an existing environment. If I've got dark crows, if I want dark crows to stand out, the best and easiest way to do that is to have them high contrast in the background. So instead of a badger that was mostly dark with a little bit of light, today we've got crows that are mostly dark. Then they'll just have a little bit of light on them, in places. So, I mean, ultimately, the job of the background is to support the foreground, right? If you paid a lot of money to have Brad Pitt in your movie, you want the best performance out of him, and no amount of like scenery, costumes, props, extras, or whatever will save it if you're not getting the performance you need out of your star. So, whatever the star needs, that's what the background will provide. So, I can't decide if I should do like just crank them all out. Yeah, let's go quick. If I work on just one at a time, I might end up losing stuff too. So we're gonna... Unless you're Brad Pitt in a Deadpool movie. That's true. We actually, that came up in class, how he shows up as Vanisher, right? And that was him doing a solid. I believe the price that he charged for his appearance in that was a coffee. He's like, I'm gonna order some outrageously expensive coffee from someplace and you're gonna buy it for me. But that was supposed to be Ryan Reynolds' movie, right? And Deadpool's movie. So him appearing as the Vanisher is him doing a solid for a friend, as opposed to upstaging him. So in that case, they did not pay a lot of money to have Brad Pitt in that movie, so he would have been a distraction. Akira, good afternoon, welcome. Hope you're having a good day. So at the risk of switching gears too soon, I haven't seen anything to do with the exotic mission. I'm gonna draw for a couple hours, then I'm gonna switch over to Destiny, and I expect that the exotic mission is gonna be what sort of dominates the conversation. I hope it's good. I hope the weapon is exciting. I hope Bungie's the team that does exotic mission content. They've been strong, right, lately. Right? Maybe not dungeon strong. Like the dungeon team has been, I think, the only consistent high performing element out of Bungie Studios for a while now. But people argue about is the raid a good one or a bad one? Nobody argues about the dungeons. I feel like the dungeons have all been solid. Machines for more. We are indeed. Yep, we're using vine charcoal today. This is just really, really soft willow charcoal. That and an older paintbrush. So the bristles are they're pretty stiff. It's a little worn down, but it's still soft, and that's gonna let me grind that charcoal into the canvas so it stays. The act of smudging it does lighten it a little bit, right? So I'm losing a little bit of that value, but on the other hand, I'm making it a little more solidly on there. Did I put the references up? I put the reference. This one's in the corner. I feel like I can just leave it there the entire time, but we'll see. Oh, you moved it there since the cameras that were here? Wait, didn't I put it there? I thought I put it there. Maybe that was on one of the other views then. These large wings, these large feathers on the outside of the wing, known as the primaries. If birds had fingers, this is them. Unless you're moving your toes, WD. Okay. The canvas, it's just it's a canvas. Actually. So it's heavy duty stretch canvas. It's a cotton duck that's been primed with gesso. So it's actually meant for painting, right? The gallery wrap just means it's got really thick stretcher bars, so you can put it in a substantial frame. Or what I like to do is just take a lap around the outside with black acrylic paint, and then it's good to go on the wall just as it is. But one of the things I like about canvas is the larger you work, the more like the resolution gets finer and finer and finer. Like at a certain point, it's going to be too fine to see that. Like that canvas texture eventually disappears, and just like pixels on a screen, you get far enough away, and it's just it's just what it is. Wait, what is that? Is that my laptop? No, that's the paper. All right, where are we? Let's see. I'm trying to keep two of my fingers clean so I can run the laptop. Come here. Come on, there we go. Never seen the Lord of the Rings. What are those movies? Are those movies are like 30 years old now, right? 99. I believe Fellowship came out in theaters in 99, and they still hold up better than so much stuff that's out there now. I mean, Peter Jackson really knew what he was doing. Just the right amount of CGI to sell it, like, and then like all those practical effects that are just carrying. Solid darks down here, and then texture. The rule for feathers and hair is pretty much the same. Respect the flow. If I'm going to put marks on there, I want those marks to be in a direction that indicates how the form is moving. Where those feathers can't be going. I don't want wild bedhead. They can't be going every which way. Let's see if a soft brush helps me out here. Just a little bit of a... Practical always holds up better, yeah. The miniatures, or as Peter Jackson likes to call it, the bigatures, right? Like some of those things, there were models, but they were large enough for like adults to crawl around inside them, right? So in another life, I would be working as like a concept artist or some sort of visual art crew for games like Destiny, or in movies, the like either art or effects. Big day today for our the cast of Frankenstein. I'll show you guys the footage. Hey, what is that? Sammy J187, the tier 1 sub. Thank you very much, Sammy. 58 months and counting.
58 months and counting. As always, another month, another sub. PS. Finally, an Art Does Art stream.
Art Does Art stream, yes indeed. It's our second one. You hung up the badger in your work office today? Nice. We're doing Ride the Cyclone at our school. Okay. Unfortunately, actually, I'm left-handed, so it would be, I don't want to stand in front of the camera, and since I'm a teacher, I should be expected to do it without blocking my students' view. So I will swap and do this right-handed, remembering to hold my hand still and use the large muscles of my arm if I want a controlled, smooth stroke without too much jitter or moving around. Right? In all my other classes, I tell my students, you're used to doing this. You hold your arm still and you wiggle the small muscles of your hand. The first thing you should do in art is reverse that. Lock your hand, hold your hand still, and make large, confident motions with your hand, like your arm. Use the big muscles of your arm as opposed to the tiny muscles of your hand, and that's how you're gonna crank out those much more confident, flowing lines. It's okay to be a sketcher if you want to go in there and like, sketch all those lines, but for the most part, we want nice, smooth, confident, flowing lines. I always want to smudge too soon, because smudging, it only helps. Let's get in here for a second. Stranger. Let's get these wonky chicken feet in here before I go too much further. I made the rookie mistake. I should have had this in my hand the entire time. This is my kneaded eraser, also known as putty. But like, I need my body temperature holding it so it'll soften and become something I can use. So I should be holding it all the time, right? But I just picked it up, so I just need a moment or two to soften this up. When I did the badger, I used a very stiff, aggressive brush to do the smoothing stage. I should not have done that. I should have gone with a much more. It's a very soft brush. It's like a sable brush. And that way I can still see, I didn't obliterate everything I've done before. But smudging is your friend with charcoal. When you smudge something, it obscures detail and allows your brain, the viewer's brain and imagination, to fill in the gaps and provide missing information. And that's really what I want. I want your imagination on my team. Right? So we're hoping to be able to pull that in there. And that means I think I'm far enough along that now, if I get this eraser warmed up, I should be able to come in here now and start to erase in specific areas. Get some of those highlights back. While I'm waiting for that to warm up, where is... Sugar Wolf, good afternoon and welcome. Things are going well for me, the family, and those impressionable minds that I steward. Yes, indeed. We are, we're in week 5, we're halfway through fall term. It's hard to believe we've been at school for over a month, but it's family weekend, so one more regular day of classes, and then we get a 4-day weekend. So mom and dad are on their way. I gotta have some parent-teacher conferences. And then we're off Monday and Tuesday. That's gonna be nice. Dom with a tier 1 sub, thank you for 28 months. Appreciate you. I hope you're having a good...
Why did the artist go to jail? Because he framed someone.
Why did the artist go to jail? Because he framed someone. Thanks, Dom. I know you're already into... It's Thursday, right? It's Thursday for Dom, down there on your side of things. What's your rolls on your crow? Actually, this music, this is, I just asked for film scores. This is from Game of Thrones. And crows are what the wildlings call the men of the Night's Watch. Tell me I put that down and couldn't find it again. There we go. Hey, Mr. White, good afternoon. Welcome there. Trying to figure out new builds for your Titan Focus. Peacekeepers and SMG, that is a lot of fun for both PvE and PvP, Mr. White. I highly recommend it. There's a lot of good SMGs out there right now. Kaslington, the tier 1 sub. Thank you very much for 13 months. I appreciate you.
I'm back, baby.
I'm back, baby. Kaz, welcome back. I hope you're doing well. I hope your year is off to a good start here. See, we're following the back to front rule here. I know I've got another bird in front of this one, but I really want the guy in back looking good before I don't want to have to draw around him. All right, so we're just gonna draw right over him, and then once at the right time. And I don't want to draw every single feather. That would be a mistake. All right, the principle of show don't tell is so important that if I can just suggest and hint at, and I mean, you can't turn off that problem-solving part of your brain where you get to see something and then you ask, all right, class, who can tell me what this is? I know, it's this. Yes, it is. You're so smart, Timmy. You got it. Like, your brain chemically rewards you for solving problems, mysteries, and successfully decoding information. We want to take advantage of that. So if I can show don't tell as much as possible, and I want to stop just short of like Phoenix hairdo. I want a little flip, a little personality there. My crow. Strongholds are back, Mr. White. Yeah, you're exactly correct there. Bungie 100% reverted the change they made. So the number of, I can't remember quite so many rapid fire reversions that we've seen to content as what we're experiencing right now. And, I mean, it's too bad that some of Bungie's biggest W's lately have been them undoing things that they did. It's like they like, yes, congratulations, you put down the shovel and you crawled out of the hole that you dug yourself. Great. Try not to fall in any more holes. Take my eraser here. Starts to get worn down, so we're gonna pull that out just a little bit, put that back in there. Now I'm ready to get in there and like super fine erase. like 3 Game of Thrones in a row. WD-40 says, why don't you tell the people what we're starting? What we're starting. Well, oh wait, do you mean this drawing? Which I'm 32.6% of the way through this drawing. Or are you talking about the upcoming like weekly broadcasts Friday? Okay, all right, yeah, we can talk about that. Just the Y view so we can talk. All right. We're gonna take my nerves of steel and put them to good use. I guess I should stay back here so you can still hear me. So starting this Friday, we're gonna be doing Freaky Friday, okay? And for as many Fridays as I can handle it. So if you remember what fun we had when I streamed Phasmophobia, which was a scary game back when Price was streaming. And we got on and we just ran that blind. So we're gonna do a Let's Play Freaky Friday series here. So starting this Friday, Art is going to try playing Alien Isolation, and we'll see how that goes. So I bought the game, I downloaded it, I haven't started it yet. I'm hoping that I can just jump in and start playing. But if anybody has played that, do I need to get in and is it gonna take 15 or 20 minutes to like set up a character or anything, or can I just jump in and push the button and go? That's my hope that we can do that. So we're WD-40 and I we're talking how can we leverage the skills and the assets that I bring to the world of Twitch, and my low startle threshold compared with my dramatic flair for reacting to things like that. We're gonna put it to work for us here. So Freaky Friday starts this Friday. Alien Isolation is the game. I'm going in blind. I haven't played it at all. Oh my great googly moogly. Yes. You couldn't play that game and you love scary games? What? Okay. All right, great. It'll be 7 p.m. Friday. We have to wait for the sun to go down. So 7 p.m. Eastern this Friday. Art streams Alien Isolation. So we'll see. I do know, I read the description when I bought it. It says you get to play as Amanda Ripley. That's Ellen Ripley's daughter, right? And I felt like, okay, so we already know how it ends, right? She dies of old age. In the extended director's cut, they mention, what happened to her daughter. I get to see the picture that, of an elderly Amanda. So I've heard that. I've heard that, Kazington, that it actively learns how you play and your habits. I also remember reading something when it first came out about the artificial intelligence that they use for the alien, that it has 2 brains. and one of the brains knows where the player is all the time, but it's kind of holding back, and it's slowly feeding hints to the other brain that is just hungry and looking for you. So we'll see. We'll see. But I'm looking forward to it. Yeah. So Freaky Friday starts this Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern with Alien Isolation as our first up at bat. If you have suggestions for other games that we can test like this, then I'm down to hear them. Hey, Gelada. D2's in a really bad state. Actually, I confess that it does feel a little weird to be. It's Wednesday. Reset was yesterday. I didn't have a chance to get on. I got on the game for like 10 minutes yesterday. Um, I know that we have. I know that we have a brand new exotic mission. The Axe is here, as promised. That Bungie was sort of like hyping everybody up when this expansion first launched. Um, so I am excited to get in there and see that mission. I don't know anything about it, but just in sitting down and looking at my schedule, we've decided that I'm streaming Monday, Wednesday, Fridays. Wednesday's a good day for me to do art, so that's all this is. I'm not stepping away from Destiny. You're not. Don't brace yourself for that. The 19th content creator video about how I'm taking a break from the game. Nope. I'm doing this for a couple, just a couple hours, and then I'm gonna eat some food, and then Destiny tonight. We'll do a good 3-hour stream of Destiny. But the Axe is bad. Uh oh. Destiny needs a W right now, right? Like I thought the Axe was gonna like solve all of our problems and just be awesome. My crow is angry that the Axe is bad. Tasty, good evening, welcome. I look crazy without the facial hair? Well, actually, at one point, one of the pieces of feedback I got from students was that when I have a beard, like my default like resting face was too serious, too intimidating. It took students a long time to figure out that like, hey, he does a lot of joking around and he's kidding, as opposed to just serious and glowering at people. So it turns out that shaving my face is an easy way to make me a little less intimidating to younger students, 9th graders and stuff. So, but my resting grumpy face, yes indeed, like. So now, I mean, that coupled with my grandpa glasses, I guess it was. I was starting to look a little too professor. I apologize for the number of times I'm stepping right there. Slides, hey, good afternoon. Welcome. Several years ago, I read a fashion book. The first piece of advice was to dress your age. Art does not accept this advice. No, I guess not. I mean, I'm dressing my apparent age, right? I could pass for somebody who's 40 or 30. So doesn't that mean I get to dress like somebody who's 40 or 30? I don't even know what 50-year-olds are supposed to dress like at this point, so. I've got to do the thing. I need to make a change. I either need a more substantial easel, or I got to get it mounted on the wall, because the fact that I'm having to hold it with one hand and then do it with another is driving me crazy. But it's okay. The priority is to get out here and be streaming. So I will put up with whatever for the time being. I thought I'd never see him doing an art stream. Let's go. Good evening. Welcome. Well, it was time. I've been living in this house now for a year, and I actually have the space. I don't have my easel cam isn't working, but normally when that'd be my face cam, so you can see me talking here, and over my shoulder, like back here, you can see the control room. So Destiny is going on over there, and then I've got room for an easel on a wall. This is like the wide view. Let's see. It's one of the first things I did was make sure I put that's Cade 6 from the final shape when you confront him in the Pale Heart and he pulls his Ace of Spades on you, right? So that's Cade's been on the wall here for a year now. Wait, am I wearing my tee inside out? No, I'm not. Am I? I'm pretty sure I'm not. That's right, Chappie. Actually, so I bought a whole bunch of these t-shirts. They're blank, so I could put artwork on them if I wanted. But they're also colors that work for the lights I have here in my control room and the green screen. All right, so I've got like I got a specific spot in my clothing scheme where it's like, all right, these are stream friendly, like light compliant pieces of clothing that I can wear without messing up my finely tuned lighting system. What do I got here? I want that is all this guy. And this is some of that guy. WD-40, thanks. I appreciate the lurk. I'm gonna catch you. I'm in shape. Round is the shape. It is, indeed. Do I really want that like that? I guess. Warsat laser cannons on top of the on top of the crows. Look, I have one simple request. And that is to have crows with laser cannons. Oh, that is, what is that? Too hard is what it is. Oh, because it's right there. I'm like, where's the stuff I was using? There we go. 3, whatever those are. Master Play. I need to run the new exotic mission, get the intrinsics and catalyst that's available. Yep. I haven't touched it yet. I don't know anything about it. I'm planning on we're more than halfway through this drawing here. I'm gonna come back and stream Destiny tonight, and I would love to get in there and do it. Do you need a fire team of 3? Is it hard? Is it challenging? Like I'm looking forward to getting in there myself. Let's see here. We got a big shape. Where's my... It's like, who's got my makeup sponge? Oh, you need it very short and you can do it solo? Nice. Von Debo used to watch your sister do artwork. You thought it was difficult. She said it was relaxing. It is like a meditative process. I like the fact that you can think about all kinds of stuff and listen to music. Like I can't read and listen to music at the same time. It's so distracting. There's a little bit of pressure here. I feel like people are watching me. Kind of at the same time, as a teacher, I am like that's part of the job. I have to be ready to demonstrate whatever concepts or techniques or stuff that we're talking about. But ultimately, it's fun. If it was just stressful, I don't think I could do it for very long. Certainly not all day, right? If like, oh no, I got to go to the art building and do art all day. If that was a stressor, then my life would have to be like rearranged from what it is now. But right now, I like it a lot. Silverwolf, good afternoon. Welcome. I can't tell if that's sarcastic or not. It's a drawing stream. It's the second one I've done, right? We did a badger here a week ago. Was it a week ago? I don't know, it's been a long time. But Mrs. Artful asked for 3 crows for our Halloween decor, so here we go. I'll be right back with you in chat in just a moment. I gotta get down here and work on these feet for a second. Berries on napkins at restaurants and throw them away and the servers want to keep them. Oh, there you go. Legend has it that Picasso had a deal where there was a restaurant he liked to frequent, and as long as he would just take a marker and like draw on the tablecloth, and when he was done, they were like, they no charge for the food, and this guy has an original Picasso drawing, so that was a win-win for everybody. Master, you're running the new exotic mission on Master difficulty? There you go. Like Spider-Man. Wait a minute. Oh, I see. All right, let's see if we can't crank this out. My reference a little larger here. The initial stages of anything, I'm trying to hold back just a little bit. Like my goal is to have 3 values: light, medium, and dark. And I want to use, like, medium is whatever, it can go everywhere, right? But lights and darks, those are your main characters. Like those are your moves. So you want to deploy them carefully, right? So if this ends up being mostly medium here in the middle, fine, as long as I'm respecting the direction the feathers are going. That can be, whatever. But once we get down into like, all right, that's going to be a little darker. We're going to go a little stronger in here. A little darker right there. Signify the shoulder. I'm transitioning into the neck area. We've got some details on these feathers here. Curve of that wing tucked in is quite strong. I want a nice strong contour on the outside. This stuff is pretty detailed in here, and I'm probably going to have to come back in and be real specific. But for my first pass, bang out those darks, trace in some lights, just skating over the surface of it, really. Bob Ross would approve, right? You can hear the canvas underneath there. Then here's the fun part, the soft brush. Be time to replace this eraser in just a moment. I've never used an electric eraser before, and then I started following this artist, and he loved it. And he also is the one who recommended drawing on canvas. And I love the fact that I can take an eraser and like grind right back down to that canvas without fear of like wrecking the paper or anything. The canvas will just take it. Hang in there. Nifty, thanks, appreciate it. We're coming along, trying to just crank out a charcoal drawing this evening. Why does that crow have such a smug look on his face? What's this guy's issue? Just needed that eye to be solid first. Mr. White, you want to try the raid again? You want to make a build around the armor set even if the armor's not tier 5? Okay. No, he's saying if you want to make a build around the armor set, you need the armor, right? So, and the best thing to do is get in there and run the raid. If you can do a tier, sorry, not a tier. If you can do a 3 feet raid, the odds of getting tier 5 armor go way up. I did a 3 feet raid. Every single encounter gave me tier 5 drops, like all of them. So I don't know if that's another one of those things that Bungie, like, actually, I don't think it's the most recent adjustment, but like recently been adjusted. Bungie was like, hey, let's make raids more rewarding than they have been, which is a good move and something that we desperately need. We need people to be raiding. We want incentivized end game activities that aren't just grinding repetitive portal activities, in my opinion. So the more of that we see, the better. Let's have more of that, Bungie. What time is it? 7 o'clock. All right. Let's see if we can. This part should be pretty fast. driving me crazy. Stop. Oh, those are... That's actually... This guy's feathers are back there. So let's fade that. Happy little beaks. Yes, indeed. I'm not used to drawing vertical yet, so typically I just evacuate the charcoal off the canvas when I'm done making an adjustment in an area. I gotta get used to the fact that whenever you do, the charcoal rains down on anything that's down below it. So drawing upright on a vertical is something new for me. All right, how are we doing? All right. Not bad for a first pass. I think I'm ready to like clean up the outside with an eraser, take it outside and spray it. I would spray it with a workable fixative, and that will hold what's in place, and then I can start adding another layer, and the darks get darker, and then go back in with that electric eraser and scrub the lights lighter. So, all right. I think we're gonna call it there. That's good for today. I'm gonna get cleaned up and then hop on Destiny real quick. So here's what we have so far.